Yeah,
Exactly.
and later I'm going to talk about, because I have a breaking story coming up later on the tobacco tax that the Oklahoma Tax Commission is trying to apply to cancer-fighting drugs. They're treating it as a cancer-causing drug. You want me to go with that now?
Sure.
Okay, so this is not in your today's paper. It is not on your nightly news. I got this just an hour ago from the attorney who got it from the Oklahoma Tax Commission. This attorney who has a lot of clients who are in the cannabis business, dispensaries, growers, so forth.
CBD.
Yes, CBD. Anyway, he's a couple of his clients, sent him a little business card from this guy, an agent of Oklahoma Tax Commission, last week saying, we're demanding tobacco taxes now on those pre-rolled reefers, if you will, and because we've deemed that to be another form of a cigarette. A tobacco tax is therefore imposed upon it. Now keep in mind, I've got a good friend, Ray Jennings, who's on the Oklahoma Medical Marijuana Authority, one of their boards. He could only smoke, could not take an edible to fight his cancer and chemotherapy. He could not even swallow. And yet, to try to keep food in him, they would have to feed him with a tube, and then it wouldn't stay down because of the nausea from the chemotherapy. He eventually, his kids got him to try marijuana. It worked great. Within a month, he had his health back. And the cancer shrinking, and it's just amazing what's going on. I'm telling you, only the Oklahoma Tax Commission could be this heartless that they would apply a cancer-causing punitive tax to be applied to a cancer-fighting drug.
Oh, no. They are not the only ones that can be that heartless. Our government is replete with those people.
Wait, there's more.
Well, I was pretty wrong when I said
the mayor?
only the government would be this heartless.
Well, that's true. I mean,
Yeah.
remember the nine most dangerous words you'll ever hear are, I'm
Well,
from
they
the
have
government and I'm
perverse-
here to help.
They have perverse incentives. And,
Yeah.
I always try
So-
to get the foundations. The reason why, everyone at this table knows, they have no incentive to do better or care. The bureaucrat gets paid the same. As a matter of fact, you could argue the bureaucrat wants to make it more of a mess to justify their existence.
Oh, yeah. I was talking to the majority floor leader. I said, if the government hires you to fix a problem, by all means, do not fix it or they'll fire you.
Right.
Yeah. So, anyway, here's the rest of the story. Ron Durbin, who's a noted attorney on this fight, in fact, he's got a landmark case before the Oklahoma Supreme Court right now on city ordinances. Can they violate what the people voted for? In different
The Supreme
communities?
Court will say yes.
Yeah. So here's what we got. Over the weekend, emails like crazy, and that. Sure enough, Monday morning, the same guy, Steve Kasparis, who's the agent, Ron Durbin, as soon as he got that last week, he texted him off, a request. He says, please tell me the language. In fact, consider this an open records request. I need everything that documents that you have a statutory right to do this. Well, all of a sudden today, the Oklahoma Tax Commission comes back with an email and says, we made a mistake. Oops.
Wow, how about that?
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, and Durbin just posted it up today, not too many hours ago, saying congratulations to the advocates and everybody who worked hard on this to push for this, because I'm telling you, we passed, folks, you voters, you and I, we passed a state question that says it shall have a 7% tax. What we failed to do was protect ourselves against a bunch of conniving people at the Oklahoma Tax Commission. You and I think that meant a sales tax, 7%. Okay, 57.
Oh, no, that's 7% on top of the sales tax.
Yeah, so they decided, well, since you didn't deem what kind of tax it is on sales, we're going to call it an excise tax. And since it's therefore a taxable thing, it is now also subject to a sales tax. Both a state sales tax, county sales tax, and municipal sales tax. That's now 4 taxes on medicine.
Right, so you get the 7% plus the full sales tax of nearly another 10%. Sometimes it is 10%.
Yeah.
So you're looking at about 17%.
Yeah, at least 16.
And then comes the sin tax if they haven't already passed that.
Yeah, and now we want to put a tax of 10 cents per pre-roll or reefer
Well,
on
the
top
goal
of
is
that.
to
So
get
that's
to
100%.
yeah, so that is now a fifth tax in some counties, including Tulsa County.
We're almost there. And the rhinos in our party have been complicit in this. Either they agree or they've been powerless to stop it.
Absolutely.
Once our tax burden increases to 100%, we get to enter the magical Marxist land of post-scarcity, where we no longer have to abide by the rules of physics or reality.
Yeah, we currently, when you have this,
We just exist and everything happens for us.
when you are taxed at 100%, that is communism. What we have
Well,
today
socialism. And I
is-
want to push back just a little bit. Marx talks there's only one economic philosophy of Marxism or communism, and that is socialism. That is control over the means of
Socialism
production.
is just
Socialism
Marxism.
is
Yes.
communism. It
Right.
is the economic system of
So
communism.
we
Yes.
have it in a degree, and they keep playing with the numbers of what percent of socialism we live under. So anyway, so that's the news. Good news, we had a little bit of a reprieve on a fifth tax on cancer-fighting drugs.
Well, let's also remind ourselves that tyranny is seen or recognized by the fact of its arbitrary nature. Okay? And so when you got these guys just dreaming stuff up and just throwing it in, we're gonna call marijuana tobacco and we're gonna treat it like tobacco. That's arbitrary.
Well,
There's
wacky
no
tobacco is the technical
Well,
word.
Yeah, I don't say, is it a cigarette tax or a tobacco tax? Because the words mean things.
well, and those
Not
words-
anymore. We're working
Oh,
on
yeah,
that.
darn it.
Progressives are working on changing the game. Every
It
word.
depends upon how the marijuana identifies today.
It technically is a tobacco tax because it is applied to cigars. It is applied to cigarettes.
Yes, it was
And
meant to be a tobacco.
in fact,
Tobacco, right.
even when you buy bulk tobacco, you're going to pay.
Yeah.
So.
But they also break everything out. And that's important because then you can have more things that you can do with it. But remember, none of it is legal.
Yeah.
None of it is lawful. All of it is unconstitutional. Every last bit of it. 788 was unconstitutional. Nobody gets a vote on your rights.
Make sure to mention that to the cops as they're dragging you to jail.
Well,
So-
they will, but remember, they are criminals when they're doing
Remember,
that.
they're wrong and you're right when their boot is on your face.
Okay.
Remember that.
Folks, here's the thing. You and I, we were all part of an election last year in June. 57% said, yes, we will raise taxes. A vote of the people, raise taxes. That's a message in itself for the legislature. You never trust the people to agree to a tax. You never let us vote on it. You want to get your supermajority, 75%, to leave us out of it, even though we made an amendment requiring it. The people did that, and we said 7%. And it was the Oklahoma Tax Commission that perverted it and more than doubled the tax. And not a single legislator wrote a bill to rein that in. Not a one. Not a one.
Hey, if you're just tuning in,